This is almost everything you ever wanted to know about the International Mission Board and was afraid to ask. You know, you've heard of that before. I think it, and you're not going to read this in just a minute, but stick it somewhere, and as you have time, it'll answer a lot of your questions. And if it doesn't answer your questions, it'll tell you where to go and find it. And so you really want to keep this handy as that. This is one of my favorite things, and you may be interested in it, you may not. But you may be interested in praying for MKs, missionary kids. Now, we have this week, because a special need has been presented to us, we have been praying for Amy. But that is just one MK. There are thousands of them. And if you would like to pray for the ones and pick out one specifically, one specific one, this will tell you who to contact. And if you contact Patty Sorrell, she will give you the name of one MK that you can take on as a special prayer.
I want to know who stuffed the dog in there for Jessica.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm praying for the dog.
Is that Conchita? But if you do, and you might want to take this back and share it in your Sunday school class, because we'll take as many people praying for our MKs, because we've already discussed this week specifically some of the problems that our MKs have. But they're, as I think we even discussed it earlier, the truth is MKs do not totally belong in any culture. They're referred to as third world kids because they don't really, although many of them adjust very well to the country where they live, they always know this is not really my country. And then when they go back to the United States, many times it's even worse. Many times they for sure don't fit in there because they have not grown up the same way that the other teenagers and the other college kids have. And then of course they're all along. Some of these are very young, some of them are older. But if you're interested in that, that's a great ministry that you might want to take on and you might want to share.
First meeting that maybe because there was only 4 of us that, well, what can we do? And after that disappeared real quick because they began to be a bunch of praying people. We prayed 2 or 3 times during every meeting. We prayed over every issue that came up. We prayed on everything that you told us about through emails, and we prayed for you personally. We even prayed for old ugly Larry and Charlotte down in Miami. But you know, the thing is, God uses you when you are totally in His control.
Yes.
And if you're not, you get minimal results. Here.
With their friendliness, and Manuel down in the when we went to lunch kind of summed it up because we were talking to him about it, how the people were just in the most squalid of circumstances seemed so happy. And he said, we don't need money to be happy.
And that you would go back so convicted of it, so moved by it, and God has worked, and you have been, just simply because God has worked, because of the prayers that have been going on, especially the last 2 weeks. We started inviting all our church people and all the people at Bible studies with me, pray for 10 lost people, everybody. It's not a new plan, Billy Graham has been doing it for years, but I finally got it in my head, and it's working. And I'm excited about that y'all are going to go back and raise up other prayer supporters. Jerry and Fran, one of the things that happened is, I just mentioned 2 weeks ago, we started asking all our people, our prayer partners, the people we have Bible studies with, and now the 3 church groups that we're working with, to make a list of 10 people and pray for them 10 minutes a day, a minute for each person. Sunday, we had 9 visitors in one of our churches. 9 visitors, every one of them on our prayer list. Wednesday, 2 men were saved that were on our prayer list. And so, if I was to say one thing, Glenda was really saying it. Please don't stop praying for us, and please, if you keep any promises to us at all, that you raise up those prayer supporters. And those tapes, I want those tapes. Because we already started.